Welcome to a How to Draw video. I will do my best to show you how to draw Luffy from One Piece. Starting off with the sketch, you want to make sure you have a nice base to guide you when tracing the actual line art. If this is too difficult to do, there are multiple base sketches for anatomy and pose that you can use, and then just adapt it to the character's features. I want to make sure I have a solid anatomy first, getting the position of his arms and fists, where his abs will be leveled at, and other base lines that will make the line art much easier to do. Then I start tracing the clothes with a different color to layer up. I lower the opacity to have a cleaner canvas to draw over. Luffy's head shape is round with a short chin. Drawing ears can be tricky, but I usually do it like a weird G shape and 2 inner strokes for texture. His eyes are very simple. It's basically just a circle with a dark dot in the middle, but the circle does not connect in the middle. There are gaps on either side to separate the upper lash line to the lower lash line. Simple diagonal eyebrows, and the nose is just a tiny triangle. The under eye scar is just a semicircle with 2 lines on either side, and a very simple grin to complete the look. Add a curved line under the grin, creating a lower lip. Never connect the line for the teeth. This makes it less cartoony, and you can add 2 half vertical lines to make the appearance of actual teeth. I wasn't happy with the eyes. They are simple but tricky to achieve the desired look. The base is not necessarily perfect, so you can move around until it looks more like Luffy. His eyes are a bit farther apart from each other, so I just selected that and separated them a little more. Adding some strokes under his neck to add shadows. Luffy's hair is a typical anime spiky hair, but it's a bit softer, longer, and goes down, not too spiky like Naruto's. Still not 100% happy with the eyes. For the hat, I do not want it to be perfectly smooth lines, since it is essentially made of straw. I like to draw some peaks, and then a couple of lines to add texture. Follow the pattern with the horizontal strokes for the bottom part, and vertical strokes for the round part of the hat. And the straw hat is always different in the show, so you can add as many strokes as you want. Clothing is also always different. Since it is a loose shirt, you can add as many wrinkles. It does not have to be perfect. For the arm, it usually goes from big to slimmer towards the wrist, and you can separate the wrist from the hand with a little bumpy bone, and then work your way up to the thumb first. From that angle, you don't see it, so just cover it up with the index finger. And the rest of the fingers are shaped the exact same way, getting shorter as you go down to the pinky. The knuckles are a little tricky. Just try making almost full ovals, with sharp edges, and do not connect the strokes. I realized the torso was a bit short, so I just elongated it a little, and then connected the line art based on that. His shirt has wavy ends. It is good to create lines behind to add dimension and make it look like it's flowing. For his sash, since it is a thick fabric, make sure you add at least 4 levels of ridges. Then, he has a twist of the sash on the side, making 3 folds, and then let loose part of the fabric. You can freestyle with the way it flows. Go thin on the top part and make it wider down at the end. For his shorts, since they are jeans materials, you can make it as wrinkly as you want. Finish up the other arm, going slimmer at the wrist. Trace the 2 tiny bones from the wrist and follow along the thumb. This time, we see the thumb. If you make a fist with your hand, you can see the thumb bends in a 90-degree angle, and the other fingers are folded under the thumb. When drawing hands, it is good to analyze your own hands for a better understanding on how the fingers bend. For his chest, we split the middle, bending a little to the left, since he is standing slightly sideways and not straight forward. Do not draw straight lines where the chest is, but instead lines open up to make the pecs pop out. His scar is shaped as an X, but it has some ridges, making the appearance of torn skin. Luffy got in shape after the time skip, so make sure you get those 6-pack abs in there. Divide the middle section into 3 groups, same angle as the chest, and create horizontal L-shaped lines to create dimension to each ab. Check to see if you need any finishing touches. One Piece art is usually done with a lot of strokes to create shadows and textures, so you can be messy with those, and it will still look pretty cool. Now the fun and long part, coloring. I do not follow any particular color codes, I just go with whichever color seems appropriate. I went for softer colors on this one, because he will be posing in a bright day out at sea. I do not have any particular rules for where you should shadow and highlight, but I try to keep shadows on one side and light on the other. Shadowing is important to create depth in the skin, like with muscles. I am not the best at creating backgrounds, as you can see. I painted over and over each time until I was happy with it. I finish it up with his name, having the D initial as done. It seems appropriate with all the Don reference being made. Anyway, I really hope you liked this video and found it useful. If not, I hope you at least enjoy watching the process. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a tutorial on how to draw other characters from any show. Thanks for watching!